Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mystic Destinies. I don't know. I don't think we're doing good here. Maybe that can't be helped. Maybe we have that little tiff with Tetsuya regardless, but hopefully we can get him back. Dewdrops are like our tears. Teardrops keep falling from my eyes. Because my boyfriend left us, and I don't want to be with Katsu. He's a creeper. Anyway, dewdrops. How many hours has it been since I started crying? Days. It's hard to tell, and I don't care enough to check the time. Besides that, the idea of picking up my cell phone right now is painful at best. It's not like we had any couples pictures or anything like that, but just knowing I might never get another text or email from him is... Surprisingly, I find that my body is still able to produce tears after thinking that. I can't stop seeing Tetsuya's face when I said those words. Why is it all we seem to do is hurt each other? Are we really not supposed to be together? Lies, you're supposed to be together. This is his path. I choke back a sob as new tears stream down my cheeks. I grab my covers and throw them over my head. I curl up, wanting to hide from the world, wanting to sink into oblivion rather than ever hurt like this again. Do I cry myself to sleep or just pass out? I can't even remember when I wake up that next awful morning. Sorry, birdie. My bird wants me to pet him, but he's molting, so sometimes it hurts him. It's been 2 days since Tetsuya and I broke up. I feel as if I've been moving through life in a daze. I've seen our friends in passing, in other classes, but no one's mentioned Tetsuya to me, especially not Takumi. I've seen Tetsuya himself in passing, and I've as much as panicked and hid when I saw him, not wanting to deal with those feelings. I suspect he's avoiding me, too. We haven't talked, of course. Now my legs have taken me to the business club classroom, as they always do on Thursday evenings. But they will not take me inside the doors. Sorry, guys. I just can't. Wiping a tear that threatens to fall from my eye, I turn around and head for home. I don't blame her, I wouldn't either. It's morning, I guess. I somehow managed to finish the week, but I shamefully called off all my Veritas shifts. I lie on the bed, staring at the sun-streaked ceiling above. I wonder if I should just quit there now, and business club too. It seems, before I realized it, seeing Tetsuya had become a regular part of my life over the past month since we met. Still, it's not my nature to just quit, especially because of something like emotions. But I've never felt this way before. I feel so incredibly lost now. Like all the color has faded out of my life. Yeah, that's how it feels. I lie on the bed for some indeterminable amount of time, lacking any motivation to get up or do anything. That's exactly how it feels, but unfortunately, like, in real life, it just never stops, and then in this, we know it's okay, it's gonna be happily ever after, we hope anyway, Oh, whoops. Okay. I wonder if I should just... Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, Okay, that's better. Sorry, I accidentally hit my scroll wheel and I didn't realize how far back I scrolled. Okay. Sometime later, I hear a knock on my door. I panic, not wanting to get up and talk to anybody. And who would be coming over here besides? But then I hear a familiar voice on the other side, and I know he won't leave me alone. Taku. I know you're home, Anara, and I know you probably don't want to talk to me, but I have something important to tell you. Damn it, Taku. Remembering that this was the boy I once took naps alongside, I get up and throw open the door in my pajamas. What do you want, Taku? Whoa, an angry lady covered in bunnies is glaring at me. I have conflicted feelings. Should I laugh or cower? Depends on if you want to be hit or not. Fair enough. To get to the point, it's actually about Katsunasuke. I'm sure you don't want to see him, but he wants to see you. In person. Today. Seriously? Why? And why are you the one telling me this? I can't say. About either. Not yet, anyway. So will you go? I'll wait outside while you get dressed if you want. Ugh, Taku's right. I don't want to see anyone, or so I thought. I've been feeling lonely ever since that day, and I didn't even realize it. I have been wondering how Katsu's feeling, and it's not like I have anything else to do, I guess, so... Alright, I'll go. Really? Yay! You should not be happy about this, Takumi. You're tripping me out, boy. Should I wait outside while you get dressed, or... Whoa! Should I wait outside while you get dressed, or do you need help? so funny. I shut the door on Taku's face and head to the bathroom to get dressed. I'm on the back of Taku's scooter, Taku's scooter, feeling the brisk breeze go through my hair. I hadn't realized it, but I've been smiling since we left. It feels nice, like I'm finally coming back to life. I'm so glad to be out and about and not cooped up moping that I end up giving Taku a little squeeze. Hey, could you maybe not do that unless you want me to get into a... Oh, hey, could you maybe not do that unless you want me to get a certain idea? Oh, sorry. Just feeling happy. Great, I'm happy if you're feeling better. Thanks, Taku, even if you won't tell me anything. Were you always this secretive? Maybe. Anyway, we're almost there, so you can ask Katsunasuke any questions you have yourself. Yeah, When Taku and I get to the Ryu compound, as I learned it's called, he's let in right away. It only raises further questions, but I already know he won't tell me a thing. Taku leads me back inside and takes me to a familiar room. The room I know belonged to one of Katsunasuke's late family members. Taku waits outside the door as I go in. Seeing all the bright pink furniture staring at me, I'm surprised that Katsu chooses this place to rest in. Or at least that he doesn't get rid of the feminine furniture. Maybe he's gay. When Katsu sees me, he pushes himself up, and I realize how odd it is to see such a vibrant man lying in bed amidst such decor. I pull up a pink chair to the bed. Well, well, so the kitty cat did his job. Kitty cat? You mean Takumi? Who else? I am impressed that he managed to get you here, though, especially without any information. How do you know he didn't tell me anything? Simple, because I told him nothing. And before you ask, I simply wanted to see you. Ugh, creep. See me? For what? I was bored, and you're interesting. It's as simple as that. Besides that, I wanted to ask you a question. I've heard that Snowflake has been less than perfect lately. He hasn't been sticking his nose into Ryu clan affairs every chance he gets. He's honestly making it too easy for me. Would you have something to do with that? Your silence says enough. How's your wound? For my part, I'm exhausted. It'll be fully healed soon. But I'm told it'll leave a scar. I have to admit, I'm a bit concerned about my sex appeal. I hear lots of women like scars. They'll find them very manly. I'm not concerned with other women, just you. So what do you think about them? Scars? I don't have a fetish for them or anything, but I don't mind them. So will you consider that date now that you appear to be single? Neither of us won that duel, so I suppose that means we're still back where we started. Only now I have a bit missing from my side. Katsu chuckles at his morbid joke. I find myself wondering how he can even laugh at something like that while still suffering from it. I think about we're all back at square one now. Okay. I still don't have enough information to make a valid decision considering everything that's happened. And just because something happened between Tatsuya and I doesn't mean the Yukimuras should suffer for it. If I can help settle their dispute in this deal, I will. I'm in this deep anyway. I'll think about going to dinner with you if it concerns business, but I want to make it clear it's not a date. I think you'll change your mind after we get there. If you decide to take me up on it, I promise you'll be able to ask me any questions you have. And I'll do my best to answer them as long as it doesn't hurt the clan. I'm surprised he's this earnest, but I'm already tired after spending a few minutes talking to Katsu. I rise from my chair, but he grabs my hand. Before you leave and make your decision, I want you to understand that I'm doing what I do for the sake of the clan. The Yukimuras have been clinging onto old, outdated traditions that have been eroding the Ryu from the inside out for hundreds of years. The Shinomura Ryu deal is the only way I can cleanse the old and bring in the new ways that will help everyone have a better life. There'll be no more victims of tradition. No more people like me nor Tatsuya who have to live their lives for other people whether they like it or not. Remember that. See, I feel like that's probably a good point. But, you know, yeah, it's still concerning though. Hold on just a second. Sorry, there was a giant bug on my wall, and I didn't know what it was. It really wasn't a giant bug, it was a moth, but he was, like, really high up. I have really high vaulted ceilings, it was really high up, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, I can't see it. So I had to investigate, because if it's, like, some kind of nasty bug, I want to kill it.
It's a moth, you know, whatever. I chased it out of the house. So that's I just needed to pause because I can't just let it go. Anyway, Katsunasuki releases my hand and I stumble back a bit, shocked by his sudden admission. Oh my god. But the door opens and a woman who seems to be a doctor or nurse comes in. I have no choice but to turn around and leave. I'll see you soon then. With that, I join Takumi outside and shut the door. So, I feel like, you know, I don't know if he's lying. I'm going to trust Takumi, to be honest. I'm going to trust Tetsuya, to be honest with you, because, I mean, I feel this is his path. I feel like we should, and I feel like that's pointing us to trust him. But, you know, I mean, like, I don't think Katsunasuki, what he's saying is bad, but I just feel like the whole point is we're supposed to be like, he's shady, and, like, maybe what he's saying isn't the truth. I don't know, but I mean, obviously what you're supposed to choose is kind of clear. And I suppose we could always choose to, like, you know, oh, sure, let's side with him to get the dark ending. I'm assuming that would be the dark ending, but I'm not doing that. I need to do whatever. I want the passionate endings, goddammit. Anyway, when Takumi and I get back to my apartment, it's already evening. I get off his scooter, thanking him for the ride. I'm about to head up when Taku's voice stops me. Inara, about Katsunasuki. He's not a good person, and he's not good for you. You have a ton of better options out there. You might think he likes you, but that's not the way his mind works. If he's showing interest in you, it's because he wants to use you. Why are you telling me this? Or shouldn't we be like, yeah, I'm well aware, trust me, I have no interest in him, he's a douche. And why now? This is gonna sound contradictory, but I think you should try to find out more about him. You should try to find out from him, in his words, who he really is. Spend more time with him. Then you can judge for yourself whether or not he's worthy of you. I know you're struggling with this decision, so that's my advice to you. I'm not struggling with anything! Whatever choice you make from now on, they should be fully informed, so you won't have to wonder if you've made a mistake or carry any regrets. I see. Thanks for the advice, Takumi. But why do you seem so sad? It's okay, we'll get to you in a couple parts. Just 2 more. We got to get through Shinji first, and then you, because you're not even out yet, sweetie, so you got to wait your turn. It's not much, considering all you're going through. And thank you for understanding that I can't tell you more right now. I nod at him, and a silence falls between us. Taking that as my cue to leave, I walk up the steps to my door. When I'm at the top, Takumi shouts, and I turn back to squint down at him. Hey! I just want you to remember that no matter what happens or what you choose, that I'm always going to be there for you. Without allowing me a response, Takumi moves to get on his scooter. Taku, thank you. I managed to yell that down to him, and he gives a half wave before speeding off without looking back. I turn to go back into my apartment, turning his words over in my mind. I ended up emailing Katsu last night. I told him that I would finally take him up on his offer to dine out, emphasizing again that it was not a romantic date from my point of view. He accepted the offer, promising me that I would regret it. That I wouldn't regret it. That I would regret it. You are so gonna regret going on this date. My shift is almost over. I found that yesterday had given me the strength to go back to work again, so I had immediately called in so poor, overworked Shinji could take a break. When I had quietly requested not to be given a shift alongside Tetsuya, Galen seemed a bit amused, but thankfully did not pry. There's only Galen and me tonight, so it's Sunday, and the coffee house is slower on these days. Oh, since it's Sunday. Okay, whatever, I read that wrong. With the customers taken care of, I stare at the clock on the wall, anxious. Katsu is supposed to pick me up here. I hope he doesn't make a scene. From behind me, I hear Galen's voice. Quiet! But I didn't say... Do you think he might come by today? He usually doesn't on Sundays, but sometimes when he has a bad date, he'll show up. I half turn around, wondering what the hell Galen is talking about. I see him talking to a fluffy gray-striped cat that's sitting on the bar, but that still doesn't clear up any of my confusion. I hope he does. I like to mess with him a bit. It's too quiet for my tastes tonight. Not that being too quiet is a bad thing. Especially when you're positively fluffy, perfect kitty cat. Right, I suppose that might be the cat's name. Of course he'd have a cat named Quiet. I turn back to the clock.
7:59, and then finally, 8 p.m. arrives. I immediately clock out and go to the back room to get dressed. Gee, I wonder... Oh, yeah, we're going to wear the same outfit. There's, like, a part of me that, like, I know that these are, like... I just want to be able to dress up my character and, like, dress her the way I want to dress her. That's all I'm saying. I just want that to be added into games like this. Like, just let me dress her my way. It's like a scripted Sims. I still want to dress them up. When I come out, Galen grins at me, stroking Quiet's head. You're exactly on time tonight. Perhaps you have a proper engagement? He notices everything. Something like that. Could it be a spicy date? Well, whatever it is, I hope it's fun! I personally wouldn't stick around if it weren't. I smile at Galen's strange words and genuine enthusiasm. Thanks. Have a good night. For whatever reason, Galen's bizarre behavior has left me in a better mood. I step out onto the sidewalk, no longer quite as nervous. When I walk outside, I immediately see that there's a gold sedan parked alongside the sidewalk. Could that be... I squint to try and see through the windows, but the tin is too dark. My question is answered when Katsunasuke himself pushes open the car door. What are you waiting for? Get in. I look around at the passersby on the sidewalk before doing so. As soon as I get in, Katsunasuke pulls out into traffic without a word. I wait for a few minutes, but he doesn't say anything. The quietness between us has an entirely different feeling than the ones between Tatsuya and me. Because I have no idea what's going on in his head or where we're going, it makes me nervous. So, where are we going? Shouldn't you have asked that earlier? We're going to... Whatever. I'm sure you've been there before. There's lots of vowels in that! I know it's probably like Govea? Maybe? I don't know. Goofia? Something, I don't know. I don't know. Ah, I see. Is that fine? We could go somewhere fancier if you want. What could be fancier than that place? A former ball? Sorry, no. That place is fine. Stop making me say words I can't pronounce! Because you know it's not like... It's not pronounced how it's spelled, so it's like, I'm just gonna mess whatever. Anyway. More than fine. It's my favorite restaurant. Is that so? It's the same for me. Really? I would have thought you preferred... I look over at his clothes, which are as relaxed as ever. More casual places. I just enjoy modern things. And it's not like I have a problem with ornate things, I just prefer comfort over all else. I nod, glad to finally understand a little more about him, but at the same time feeling guilty. I'm doing this because I need to know what I'm dealing with. Because Takumi's right, that I should find out more about him before making any decisions, especially on the Shinomura Ryu deal. But still, I feel like I'm betraying him and the whole Yukimura family. I know that this thought is ridiculous, considering that we're broken up, but I can't forget all that the Yukimuras did for me either. I try to hold on to the thought that this is the best course of action for everyone, but my feelings of shame don't leave me the entire car ride. We're sitting at the same restaurant my father brought me to almost exactly a month ago. I can't believe it's only been a month. It feels like a lifetime of things has happened in such a short time. The waiter comes to take our order, and when he leaves, I turn on Katsu. You said you'd explain everything if I did what you wanted. So please, tell me. I actually said I'd answer your questions as long as they don't hurt the clan. So you have to ask for me to explain anything. Ugh! I am going to push you out this window if you don't frickin' tell me. I'm going to nut punch you and then push you out the window. I guess he did say that. Stop being logical. As I think through, trying to figure out where to start, Katsu suddenly leans in closer across the table. Ugh. If you can't think of where to start, why don't I ask some questions first? No, creeper, back up. Huh? Oh, okay, I guess. What do you know about me? And how did you get home from the compound that night? I ran out into the woods, Batman. Why do you think I know anything about you? Do you or don't you? You were the one who mentioned shady things before. Ah, so he still remembers that. I only know what you yourself has shown me. I don't even know why we were attacked that night. And a friend brought me home that night. I definitely don't think I should tell him about Taku. Whatever he was doing there, he was clearly not wanting to be seen. Katsu scrutinizes me with cold, unfeeling eyes, and I swallow. Yeah, this is really pleasant date conversation, and that pissy look that you're giving me, turning me on 100%. Just saying. Oh, wow, it's like a real panty dropper right there. Dick. Nut punch. Why is he acting like this all of a sudden? He's only weird like this when it comes to himself. Takumi's words ring through my mind then. You should try to find out from him, in his own words, who he really is. Is this what he meant? Katsunosuke finally leans back and takes a sip of his wine. You seem to be telling the truth, for the most part. So I'll let it go for now. Damn right you will. The waiter comes back to set down our food, and for a while the conversation quiets down while we eat. About halfway through dinner, Katsu looks at me. Have you figured out any questions for me? Katsu stares at me over the rim of his glass, examining me in a different way this time. It makes me uncomfortable. How about this one? Why are you staring at me like that? Just admiring the view. You fascinate me. Why? What's so interesting about me? You're beautiful in a refined way, and you're the epitome of a modern woman, down to every molecule. And yet you're a contradiction of that very statement. Katsu says these things so easily that I get a bit embarrassed. Tatsuya could never do that. He'd probably die blushing if he tried. Yeah, but that's why we like him so much, because he's so bad at this. That's, like, adorable. He's way too suave at this, which just means he says it to a lot of people. Hello? What's that supposed to mean? Most women in Tokyo look modern. Whatever it is you mean by that. It's simple. Even though the way you were born is as modern as they come, your looks originate from a time over 700 years ago. What? Katsu chuckles. Yes, I know who you are. The legendary Shizuka's daughter. My breath catches in my throat at hearing the name my mother told me spoken out loud. But Katsu doesn't stop. Shizuka sounded like an incredible woman. I wonder what must have been like growing up with someone like that. How do you know this? Where did you find that out? I may not look it, but I'm a powerful man. I have my ways. And you showed your magic to me when we were attacked. Of course I wanted to know more after seeing that kind of power. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yep. User. Let me just take a drink before I spit it in your face. I don't even know where I needed a drink, but I don't. Anyway, don't listen to me, I'm crazy. To think the CEO, Rokuro Shinomura, would be married to a legendary sorceress. There's no way he can refuse my deal now that I have this knowledge. Why haven't you used it then? Katsu shrugs. I'd rather play the game than cheat my way through if possible. I haven't lost yet, after all. But I wonder, how is it that Rokuro hid everything so well from you for so long? What do you mean? Why do you think that my father knew it all? It's a fair assumption to think he knew about being married to an allegedly immortal sorceress. Am I wrong? I don't get why you've been so interested in me this entire time. Can't you just leave my family and me alone? Katsu laughs, and the arrogance of it irritates me to no end. Don't misunderstand. On looks alone, you're decent, but not my preferred type. I like intense girls, more curves, too. Somehow, hearing this from Katsu's mouth is especially grating, and I have to restrict the rising urge to commit violence upon him. Nut punch him! Yes, I'm sorry, let me read that back. To nut punch him, not commit violence. Try not to get too upset, though I know the truth can be hard to hear. Bookish girls aren't my type, but they are fun to mess with. So I guess I just thought you'd be a fun toy. I had no real interest in you, not at first. And then once I learned you were Shinomura's daughter, well, even better. I might not have much luck with an old man, but women are easy enough, so I knew I could use you. Despite the fact that you haven't won yet, and you're telling us your plan, and we already know that you're a douche! And we were never swayed by you! At all! You've been creepy the whole time. You've literally been creepy the whole damn time! But as I started to find out more about your origins, how could I help but be fascinated? What do you mean? Katsu reaches across the table and gently lays his hand upon my own. Breep your hand away. It's amazing how you feel just as soft as any other human woman. You're artificial, as I said, the perfect example of how far we've advanced. But you seem no different from any other woman I've been with. I've been musing for a while now. Does anything else feel different with you? Okay, perv. Oh my god.
A chill runs down my spine and I pull my hand back quickly. I would kick him in the nuts under the table. Heel to the nuts! How can he just say that? That I'm not real? I quickly search for a way to change the subject. That night, the one we were attacked on, why were we attacked in the first place? Katsu sits back and sighs. Some of the clan isn't happy about my maneuvers, so occasionally there are attempts on my life. Nothing I can't handle, but there it is. And thanks to you freezing the attacker, I was able to capture them. I encouraged them to tell me who they were working for. I feel something squirm in the pit of my stomach, looking at that expression and hearing those dark words. I try to change the subject quickly before I lose my appetite. Exactly what is it that happened after I passed out? Not what you're hoping, probably. No, what I'm hoping is you didn't touch me, so by you saying that, you're a rapist. Since I didn't know your address, I took you to my home as thanks for helping me. And that room, it didn't look like it was yours. That's because it's not. It was my late sister Nori's. I do have my own room, but sometimes I sleep in there. I don't understand why I took you there. I don't let anyone in there but my closest retainers. I just got the feeling that Nori might like you, I guess. Or maybe it's that you remind me of Nori. She was a strong, independent woman who never backed down from a fight. She had an immense sense of duty and responsibility. She was nothing like me. She would have been a clan leader if she wasn't killed in a battle 10 years ago. Oh, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. As for why I fell asleep next to you, I don't know that either. You looked so peaceful lying there in Nori's bed. I just wanted to lie next to you. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is all bullshit. Oh yeah, you're not my type, but I was just so mesmerized by you. Yeah, I'm getting all sorts of crazy vibe from you. I used to do that with Nori when we were kids. Katsu says this last part in a voice so quiet I can barely hear him, yet a sharp pang goes through my heart. I had no idea he had any troubles. Someone as carefree as he is. Guess everyone carries their own burdens. I also feel like Katsu is starting to talk to me like a reasonable person at least, and I can't help but feel sorry for him. Nori was attacked just like I was, only her opponent was far more deadly. A lightning mage who was brave enough to attack a water dragon in the rain. I often wonder if I had been at her side, would I have been able to save her? If she'd had someone like you there, would you have been able to like you helped me? Katsunosuke sighs and downs his drink in one go. Dwelling on the past pisses me off, yet I can't seem to stop doing it. But after so many years, I'm finally close to achieving my dream and leaving all that behind me. To that end, I'll do anything to make it happen. I'm surprised by Katsu's outpour of honesty, but then an insidious smile creeps over his face. The way he looks at me, it's like a pawn about to be sacrificed by a chess master. And you are integral to ensuring that it happens. To that end, I have a question I want to ask you. Will you marry me? Are you screwing around with me? What reason would I have for doing that? No, a marriage between you and I would only benefit my plans. It will end this internal feud between the Yukamuras and the Kasimas. My rule will solidify, and with your power and lineage as Shizuka's descendant, we'll be able to shut anyone down who challenges us. You'll be treated like a queen, and you'll have anything you want. I want Tatsuya, though, so I don't think that's going to happen. Not to mention that acquiring so many properties and assets would be a huge boon for Shinomura Industries as well. Of course, there are other more physical benefits as well. I don't mind giving a preview. Mixing business and pleasure has always been how I preferred it. Ugh, how can you just say stuff like that? There'll be other physical benefits as well. Ew! I'm not your type and blah blah blah. You're bored with me, oh, but do you really want to get in my pants that desperately? Okay, guy. Wow, you've got issues. You have got more issues than Vogue, Cosmopolitan, and National Geographic all slapped together. Your logic is sound enough, but unfortunately for you, I'm not interested in you in any way besides as a potential business partner. Besides, based on what Taku said and what you yourself have said, you might just be a criminal. Give it some time. We can discuss it again later. Jesus! Why can't you take no for an answer? Because we keep saying, no, I'm not interested. Okay, I'll go on a date with you. Could you stop? Like, you're giving him mixed signals. No, we don't want to date you. Oh, just think about it. No, I don't want to date you. Just think about it. No, I don't want to date you. Okay, fine. Like, despite my protest that I won't need any more time for this decision, Katsu ignores me and orders another glass of wine. As we finish our dinner date, we couldn't be in two more different states of mind. Me irritated, and Katsu as pleased with himself as ever. Yeah. I had no choice but to let Katsu take me home. Instead of talking, we listened to his rather eclectic music tastes, but I was grateful for the distraction. He stops the car and we arrive at my apartment. Katsu looks at me. Have you thought about my proposal anymore? I sigh at his persistence. Look, I'm flattered and all. You're a decent-looking guy, and I'm sure you'd have some girls falling at your feet. But I don't need to be treated like a queen. Gonna make my own way in the world. And I don't have any romantic interest in you whatsoever. So I politely decline your offer. You're quite a difficult conquest. But for once, it just makes me want to try harder. Oh my god. I'm a bit irritated too, though. I'm not sure you get how serious I am. I have everything riding on this deal, so I'm not giving up so quickly. Besides that, I am so curious to find out what it's like with you. Katsu leans over to me as if to kiss me, and I start freaking out internally. However, I put up a brave front and lean back, letting my anger guide my words. If you even think about trying something, I'll wipe the floor with you. I'm not going to let you satisfy your sick curiosity just because you want to. Katsu sits back in his chair, grinning to himself. I fight the urge to exhale out of relief. Fine. I wouldn't want to trigger your unbridled rage or anything. Besides, it's not my style to waste my energy taking something by force. Katsu trails off, and I take it as a sign to open the car door and get the hell out. I step out of the car and give a small, terse bow, thanking him for the food. Katsu only gives a quick nod, his eyes lingering on my face before driving off. Jesus! What a twat! After a hot shower to clear my mind and soothe my aching body, it's already after midnight. I get into bed, checking my phone before sleep. Sorry about tonight. I'm not used to not getting what I want. I won't do it again. What, not get what you want? Yeah, see, to me, that's not what it said. Like, I'm not used to not getting what I want. I won't do it again. What, not get what you want? Because you're gonna be a dick, because you've been a dick from the very beginning. Yeah, that's right, you won't, because I'm not giving you the chance to do it again. I sighed, thinking about how unusually sincere the email sounded. Katsu brings mixed feelings as always. I guess if he became a clan leader early, he might have been spoiled. Why can't anything be straightforward? Having yelled the feelings I've been having for weeks, I feel a little better. I sink into my sheets, thinking about the past 2 days' events. Both the Yukamuras and Kasimas have experienced pain, and Katsu says he's trying to fix that. In the end, I still don't know what to do about anything. Unsurprisingly, no answers managed to come before I fell asleep. Oh, it's time to end. All right. So, I am going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.